Folks, if you think you live in a normal place, let me blow your mind with something that will change how you see America forever. I'm talking about towns right now in 2025, where you can legally purchase adult services. And these aren't some underground operations. They're licensed, regulated businesses that pay taxes and generate millions in revenue. Picture this. In most of America, any form of transactional intimacy is dangerous, unregulated, and potentially deadly. But in these specific locations, it's a legitimate industry with resort-style accommodations, legal protections, and tourist attractions. And honestly, the stories behind these places will absolutely shock you. I'm about to take you through 10 American towns where this industry isn't just legal, it's a major economic driver with resorts, tax revenue, and cultural significance. But before we dive in, if you love discovering the hidden and fascinating side of American history, hit that subscribe button because we've got more incredible content like this coming your way. Let's unpack this incredible journey. 1. Pahrump, Nevada, Sin City's desert sister. Picture this. You're driving west from the neon lights of Las Vegas, 60 miles through absolute desert nothingness. And suddenly, you hit Pahrump. And trust me, this isn't your average small Nevada town. This place has quietly become America's unofficial adult tourism capital, and it's operating completely within the law. Here's the shocking reality. Pahrump doesn't just have one establishment, it has two of the most famous legal adult resorts in the country. We're talking about Sherry's Ranch and the legendary Chicken Ranch. These aren't some dingy backroom operations, folks. Sherry's Ranch literally offers VIP bungalows, themed suites including pirate and Egyptian rooms, specialized facilities for various adult preferences, and they even provide professional videography services for personalized content. The Chicken Ranch? It's been operating 24/7 since 1976, and they offer packages they call 50 Shades packages, and maintain a full sports bar where customers can watch games while visiting. They've developed a VIP membership program. Yes, you heard that right, where paying members receive premium amenities, including premium alcohol and priority service. But here's what really got my attention. Both establishments provide complimentary transportation from Las Vegas in unmarked vehicles. They pick you up from your hotel, transport you to their desert locations, and bring you back safely. It's like a premium ride service, but for adult entertainment. Now, you might be wondering how this is even legal in America. Well, Nevada is the only state that allows this type of regulated adult entertainment, and it's strictly controlled by county regulations. Pahrump operates within Nye County, where this is completely legitimate business, subject to the same health and safety standards as any other licensed establishment. These businesses generate significant tax revenue for Nye County and provide employment opportunities for local residents. They're inspected regularly, required to maintain health standards, and operate as legitimate entertainment establishments. But if you think this sounds wild, wait until you hear about what happened in our next Nevada location. 2. Moundhouse, Nevada, the HBO capital. Alright, folks, now we're heading to Moundhouse, Nevada, where adult entertainment became a cultural phenomenon through television. Picture this. You're in what looks like any other small Nevada town, except this place gained international fame through HBO's Cat House series that ran from 2005 to 2014, bringing mainstream attention to legal adult establishments. Here's the mind-blowing part. This town became so culturally significant that the establishment owner, Dennis Hoff, actually won a Republican primary for the Nevada State Assembly in 2018, after he had already died. I am not making this up. Hoff died in October 2018, but his name remained on the general election ballot, and he won his race posthumously, getting more votes than his living opponent. The Moonlight Bunny Ranch was Hoff's crown jewel, a 40-acre legal establishment that employed multiple adult entertainers and operated like a luxury resort with restaurants, bars, and entertainment. After Hoff's death, the facility is now managed by Suzette Cole as trustee of his estate, and it continues operating successfully under professional management. But here's what really got me. Dennis Hoff owned 7 different legal adult entertainment establishments across Nevada and was completely unapologetic about the business. He referred to himself as a businessman in the entertainment industry and wore it like a badge of honor. He even hosted political events at his establishments, and maintained relationships with Nevada's political elite. The irony is perfect. Moundhouse is named after the fact that people literally used to dispose of deceased persons there during mining accidents in the Old West. Now, it's famous for bringing people together in entirely different ways. These legal establishments provide safe, regulated environments where adults can make consensual choices about their entertainment preferences. All workers are required to undergo regular health screenings, work as independent contractors, and operate within strict legal frameworks. But wait until you hear about what Lance Gilman accomplished in our next location. 3. Sparks, Nevada, Mustang Country's political revolution. Folks, picture this. You're an adult entertainment business owner who decides to run for public office. Most people would laugh you out of town, right? Well, not Lance Gilman. This guy didn't just get elected. He crushed his competition by winning 62% of the vote to become the first adult entertainment business owner elected to public office in Nevada's 148-year history. Gilman owns the Mustang Ranch, and I mean he really owns it completely. He purchased it back from the federal government on eBay for $145,100 after it was forfeited in legal proceedings. Now, he's not just running a successful business. He's literally regulating the county, where his business operates as an elected Story County Commissioner. The Mustang Ranch is absolutely mind-blowing. It's a 166-acre resort-style facility with themed suites, including a Spanish villa, specialized facilities, Asian-inspired accommodations, and even shower suites. They've got a 24/7 Wild Horse Saloon and employ an award-winning chef who provides fine dining services. I'm talking about legitimate restaurant-quality cuisine in a place that also offers adult entertainment services. But here's the crazy part that nobody saw coming. Story County has become a major tech hub because Gilman essentially convinced Tesla, Google, and big-box retailers to build massive factories, data centers, and warehouses just outside Reno. The adult entertainment business owner is partially responsible for bringing Silicon Valley's infrastructure and jobs to Nevada. Meanwhile, adult entertainment is completely illegal in both Las Vegas and Reno, but perfectly legal just 15 minutes from Reno Tahoe International Airport. It's like they drew an arbitrary line on the map and said everything on this side of the line is acceptable. The business generates significant tax revenue for Story County and employs dozens of local residents in various capacities. It's become a major economic driver for the area, supporting restaurants, hotels, and other service businesses. If you think this sounds like a bizarre political situation, wait until you hear about Nevada's other legal adult entertainment locations. 4. Elko, Nevada, cowboy country's secret industry. Picture this. You're driving through northeastern Nevada on Interstate 80, past endless desert and mining communities. You hit Elko, and it looks like any other truck stop community. Except this place has been quietly operating legal adult entertainment establishments for decades, specifically serving truckers, miners, and cowboys who work the dangerous jobs that keep America's infrastructure running. Mona's Ranch in Elko operates from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. every single day, and they're available 24/7 by appointment for clients who need flexible scheduling. But here's what caught my attention. They've got a second floor that's like an exclusive VIP experience with private dining events, catered meals, cinema rooms, and courtyard areas. It's like a private club for adult entertainment. The setup is fascinating because Elko County has maintained these legal operations while the rest of Nevada has been implementing stricter regulations on various industries. These places have become institutions in these small communities, providing steady employment and tax revenue that these rural counties desperately need for basic services. The workers here come from diverse backgrounds. Some are students, others are single mothers, and many are women who chose this as a career alternative to working in more dangerous, unregulated environments. In Nevada's legal adult entertainment establishments, workers are required to be tested regularly for health and safety. They're protected by labor laws, and they operate as independent contractors with business licenses. The community impact is significant. These establishments provide economic stability to small towns that might otherwise struggle with unemployment and economic downturns. They support local restaurants, repair shops, and other businesses through their regular operations. But here's what really matters. This industry generates over $250,000 annually in tax revenue for Nevada counties, and it operates under strict health and safety regulations that don't exist in states where these activities are completely illegal. If you think these Nevada operations are interesting, wait until you hear about Wells, Nevada's truck stop destination. 5. Wells, Nevada, Truck Stop Central. Alright, folks, now we're heading to Wells, Nevada, which sits right on Interstate 80 and has been catering to truckers for generations. Picture this. You're a long-haul trucker, stuck on the road for weeks at a time, and you pull into Wells to find Donna's Ranch, a place that's been operating 24/7/365, never closing, because truckers never stop needing services during their cross-country journeys. Donna's Ranch is one of those fascinating examples of how this industry serves specific working communities. While the Nevada adult entertainment establishments near Las Vegas cater to tourists and higher-end clientele, places like Donna's Ranch serve the working class, truckers, miners, ranchers, and the people who do the dangerous, essential jobs that keep America moving. What struck me about researching this place is how completely normalized it is in these small communities. It's not a scandal or controversy. It's just another local business that provides services to working people. The owners maintain close relationships with local law enforcement. They pay their taxes promptly, and they provide a service that these communities have accepted as necessary for decades. The average age of women working at Donna's is around 35 to 37, which tells you this isn't just young women looking for quick money. These are people making deliberate career choices in an industry that's completely regulated, legal, and provides benefits like health insurance and retirement planning options. The rural location serves a specific demographic, people working in mining, trucking, ranching, and other isolated, dangerous professions where traditional social opportunities are limited. These workers often spend weeks away from home and families, creating a legitimate demand for companionship services. Here's something I didn't expect. Wells is actually named after a real person named Charlie Wells, who was a famous confidence man in the Old West. He was involved in various schemes, including some that involved gambling and entertainment venues. It's like the town has always been associated with adult entertainment industries in various forms. Now, while Nevada is the only place with legal adult entertainment establishments today, some American cities have incredibly rich histories with these industries that have become major tourist attractions and educational opportunities. 6. New Orleans, Louisiana. Storyville's Jazz Revolution. Folks, picture this. It's 1,897 inches New Orleans, and the city has officially designated a 3/8 square block area called Storyville as America's first legally sanctioned adult entertainment district. We're talking about the largest such district that ever existed in this country, and it was completely sanctioned by the city government with proper licensing and regulation. Storyville operated from 1,897 to 1,917, and it's where jazz music was born. I'm not exaggerating. Legends like Louis Armstrong, Bunk Johnson, and King Oliver all got their start playing in Storyville's entertainment venues. The business owners actually hired jazz musicians to provide live entertainment for their clients, creating this incredible cultural fusion of music and adult entertainment. Here's what's fascinating. The women who worked in Storyville had their own social structure and business networks. They published blue books, basically directories that listed their services, locations, and specialties. These blue books became collector's items, and you can buy authentic recreations at the new Storyville Museum that opened in August 2024. The New Orleans Storyville Museum is a 7,000 square foot interactive experience that costs $31.50 to enter. It's located just 2 blocks from the original Storyville district, and it features local actors recreating scenes from the era. They even have exhibits about the successful businesswomen who ran these establishments and the cultural impact they had on American music. The cultural significance is incredible. Storyville wasn't just about adult entertainment. It was about African American music finding an audience. It was about entrepreneurship by women who often faced limited opportunities in other industries. And it was about creating something uniquely American that influenced global culture. But here's the historical significance. When Storyville was officially closed in 1917, most of the area was demolished, but the impact was enormous. The jazz musicians and entertainers scattered across America, spreading jazz music to places like Chicago and Kansas City, creating the foundation for what would become America's greatest cultural export. The businesses in Storyville were highly regulated, required to maintain cleanliness standards, and contributed significantly to city tax revenue. They employed hundreds of people in various capacities, from musicians to cooks to maintenance staff. If you think Storyville's story is remarkable, wait until you hear about Deadwood, South Dakota's century-long operation. 7. Deadwood, South Dakota. Gold Rush entrepreneurship. Picture this. You're in Deadwood, South Dakota, in the 1870 seconds. During the height of the gold rush, picture a lawless frontier town where entrepreneurs operated adult entertainment venues openly on the second floors of Main Street buildings, and where this was all completely tolerated by local authorities until, get this, 1980. Deadwood's adult entertainment industry lasted over 100 years, which is absolutely mind-boggling when you think about it. These establishments operated in plain sight, with clients coming and going during broad daylight, and it was considered just another frontier business. The most famous was the Shasta Rooms, which operated at 610 Main Street until a federal raid finally shut them down in 1980. Now, here's what's brilliant about how Deadwood handled this history. The city has transformed this past into a major tourist attraction. The brothel Deadwood offers guided tours of the former Shasta Rooms for $15 per person, and they're open Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., with tours running year-round. The tour guides tell the complete 104-year story of adult entertainment in Deadwood, explaining how it was an accepted part of frontier life and business. They show visitors the preserved rooms where the business operated, and they contextualize it within the broader history of the American West and frontier capitalism. What's fascinating is how Deadwood normalized this industry in a frontier context. In a town where mining was incredibly dangerous and deadly, where men greatly outnumbered women, and where social institutions were still being established, adult entertainment served multiple social functions beyond just intimate services. The women who worked in these establishments weren't just providing adult services, they were providing emotional companionship, stability for men living dangerous, isolated lives, and often acted as informal bankers and business advisors to minors who needed someone trustworthy to help them manage their newfound wealth. Deadwood's historical tourism industry has benefited enormously from this honest approach to history. The Brothel Museum attracts thousands of visitors annually who are fascinated by this authentic look at frontier life and entrepreneurship. But here's something that might shock you. Deadwood was the town where Wild Bill Hickok was shot and killed while playing poker. This was a place where violence was commonplace, but somehow the adult entertainment establishments were seen as among the least problematic businesses in town. If Deadwood's 100-year run impresses you, wait until you hear about the longest-running adult entertainment business in American history. 8. Butte, Montana. The richest hills business legacy. Folks, picture this. You're in Butte, Montana, known as the richest hill on earth because of its massive copper mining operations. Picture a town where miners made so much money that they literally funded one of the largest adult entertainment districts in America, centered on Mercury Street, where the Dumas brothel operated from 1890 until 1982. The Dumas brothel holds the record as the longest-running adult entertainment establishment in American history. 92 years of continuous operation. That's longer than most major American companies have existed. Joseph and Arthur Nadeau founded it, named it after Joseph's wife's maiden name, and it operated under various professional owners and managers for nearly a century. Butte's story is incredible because it was a rough mining town where adult entertainment wasn't just accepted, it was institutionalized and professionally managed. The mining companies, the city government, and local law enforcement all understood that these establishments served a necessary function in a town with a massive gender imbalance, incredibly dangerous work, and limited social opportunities for working men. The Dumas was owned and operated by several famous businesswomen, including Ruby Garrett, who was the last owner before it finally closed in 1982 when she faced legal troubles. Now it's owned by David and Charlie Prince, who operate it as a museum that offers tours every other Saturday when weather permits, plus paranormal investigations for visitors interested in the supernatural aspects of the building's history. What's remarkable is how Butte has chosen to preserve and present this history. The museum offers guided tours that present the women's stories respectfully, focusing on their entrepreneurial achievements and the social conditions that made their businesses necessary and successful. The copper mining that made Butte incredibly wealthy created a fascinating economic paradox. A town so prosperous that it could support elaborate entertainment districts and businesses, but so dangerous and isolated that many men needed the companionship and stability these establishments provided. Butte's mining wealth funded not just adult entertainment, but also schools, hospitals, theaters, and other cultural institutions. The adult entertainment business contributed tax revenue that helped fund municipal services for everyone in the community. If you think 92 years is impressive, wait until you hear about Alaska's most ingenious business solution. 9. Ketchikan, Alaska, where innovation met demand. Picture this. You're in Ketchikan, Alaska, where it rains 300 days a year, and the historical population was approximately 100 men for every woman. You're looking at Creek Street, a wooden boardwalk built over the water, where over 20 adult entertainment establishments operated in the 1,920 seconds. The brilliant part? They built the street over the water specifically so the businesses would technically be off city land, and therefore much harder for city authorities to regulate or shut down. Ketchikan's Creek Street is now one of Alaska's most popular tourist attractions, and it's absolutely fascinating from a business innovation perspective. The boardwalk stretches over Ketchikan Creek, lined with colorful buildings that were once adult entertainment venues and bootlegging operations. The whole area was known as Indian Town because that was where the city government relegated businesses it didn't want in the main downtown area. The most famous establishment was Dolly's House at 24 Creek Street. Dolly Arthur operated there from 1919 to 1954. And she was notably the only woman working at that particular establishment. Quite unusual for the industry. Her building is now Dolly's House Museum, where you can tour for just $5 and see the preserved rooms, including her famous secret closet, where she stored contraband liquor during Prohibition. Here's what really got me. In 1919, there were roughly 100 men for every woman in Alaska. The city essentially funded itself by tolerating these businesses and collecting taxes from them. The women who worked there weren't just providing adult services, they were running successful businesses, managing significant amounts of money, and often supporting entire families and communities. Creek Street's most innovative feature was that it was literally built over the water to avoid city regulations. The adult entertainment businesses would operate offshore, a creative, legal, and regulatory workaround that let them avoid municipal oversight while still being easily accessible to customers. Today, Creek Street is lined with shops, restaurants, and art galleries, but the history is carefully preserved and presented for educational purposes. You can still see the wooden pilings that support the boardwalk over the creek, and the buildings maintain their colorful, distinctive appearance that reflects their colorful past. The business model was brilliant. By building over water, these entrepreneurs created a unique situation where they could operate with minimal government interference while still providing essential services to a community with extreme demographic imbalances. If you think Ketchikan's business innovation was clever, wait until you hear about San Francisco's most legendary district. 10. San Francisco, California, Gold Rush Capitalism. Now, folks, we're ending with San Francisco's Barbary Coast, which was absolutely the most notorious adult entertainment district in America during the Gold Rush years. Picture this. It's 1,849. And San Francisco's population explodes from under 1,000 to over 25,000 people, almost overnight. You've got approximately 50 men for every woman, and the entire city is completely without law or established social order. The Barbary Coast emerged as a waterfront district filled with dance halls, concert saloons, gambling establishments, and adult entertainment venues. It was named after the Barbary Coast of North Africa because it was considered equally lawless and exotic. This place was where sailors got shanghaied, drugged, and forced to work on ships against their will, and where virtually any form of adult entertainment was available. Here's the mind-blowing part. By 1850, San Francisco alone had over 2,000 women working in adult entertainment, and they were some of the most powerful and influential women in the rapidly growing city. These businesswomen controlled massive enterprises, employed hundreds of people, and mixed freely with the city's emerging high society and political elite. They weren't marginalized victims, they were successful entrepreneurs and community leaders. The gender imbalance was so extreme that adult entertainment served multiple, crucial social functions. These women provided intimate services, but they also provided emotional companionship, financial stability, and often legitimate business advice to men who were making and losing fortunes almost overnight in the chaotic gold rush economy. The Barbary Coast was eventually cleaned up and the buildings demolished, but its influence was enormous and lasting. Many of the entrepreneurs and entertainers who started there moved to other cities, like Seattle and Portland, spreading this unique American form of frontier capitalism and business innovation. What fascinates me most about the Barbary Coast is how it embodied the chaos and opportunity of the gold rush economy. It was capitalism's Wild West, where women could build legitimate, highly profitable businesses in an industry that was largely unregulated but incredibly lucrative. The adult entertainment industry in San Francisco contributed significantly to the city's rapid development by providing steady tax revenue, employing large numbers of people in various supporting roles, and helping to establish San Francisco as a major American city with a sophisticated entertainment culture. Conclusion. So there you have it, folks. 10 American communities where adult entertainment has played a major role, whether legally today or historically in the past. From Nevada's regulated resorts to frontier towns that shaped American culture. These places show us how society has always found ways to address human needs through legal and business frameworks. What strikes me most powerfully is how in every single case, these industries served specific communities at specific times with legitimate needs. In mining towns and truck stop communities, they provided services for isolated workers. In frontier cities, they served populations with extreme gender imbalances. And in Nevada today, they operate within a regulated framework that provides employment, tax revenue, and business opportunities. But here's the bigger picture that I want you to consider. Every single one of these places adapted and survived by treating these businesses as legitimate enterprises rather than moral problems. Nevada's legal adult entertainment establishments became sophisticated businesses with restaurants, bars, and entertainment. Historical sites like Storyville and Deadwood transformed their complex pasts into educational museums that attract thousands of tourists annually. These aren't stories of exploitation, they're stories of human adaptation, business innovation, and community problem solving. The women who worked in these places weren't victims, they were entrepreneurs, business owners, and people making deliberate choices within the constraints of their time and circumstances. Many of them became highly successful businesswomen who contributed significantly to their local economies and communities. The economic impact is undeniable. Nevada's legal adult entertainment industry generates over $250,000 annually in county tax revenue and supports hundreds of jobs directly and indirectly. Historical tourism at sites like Storyville Museum, the brothel Deadwood, and Dolly's House brings millions of dollars in tourism revenue to local communities. Now, before we wrap up, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think these historical sites should continue to be preserved as educational museums? Should regulated adult entertainment continue operating in Nevada? Do these stories change how you view American history and entrepreneurship? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what other aspects of American history and business you'd like to explore. And if you're fascinated by these hidden corners of American culture and business innovation, we've got more incredible content coming about the Wild West's most colorful characters and the communities that shaped our nation's complex and wonderful history. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore even more fascinating aspects of American history that they never taught you in school.